So yesterday, what we have seen? Yesterday we were talking about deviance, and what is the deviance? Deviance is nothing but the twice of difference between log likelihood under saturated model and log likelihood under model consideration. How will you take the decision based on the deviance? Lower the deviance, better the model. So while comparison of a two models, we make sure that both the models are nested in nature. It means first model is a sub-model of the second model. Okay. So among these two models, we will find out the deviance, and whoever having the lesser deviance, it is the better model. But how much lesser, that idea is not given by the concept of a deviance. And that is how, while comparing two different models, we will see that we will see that the second model having a significant improvement over the models or not, it is based on the difference of deviances. So if we have a model 1, corresponding deviance is S1, and number of parameters in the model 1 is, let us say, Q. Model 2 having the deviance S2 and number of parameters is P, where P is greater than Q. Then we simply take the difference between S1 minus S2 and compare with the critical value, or you can compare it with the twice of difference of number of parameters of model 2 and number of parameters of model 1, that is twice of P minus Q. If difference in the deviance, say S1 minus S2, exceeds twice of P minus Q, then we say that the second model having the improvement over the first model, that is, the added variable is really important for the model development for a point of view of fit. Okay. Then we have obtained the various form of the deviance of various distribution. We have started with the normal distribution, how to obtain the form of the deviance. So we have just simply find out the log likelihood, and log likelihood under the saturated model. In saturated model, you have to replace theta I by the yi. So you will get this term is vanishing, and for a model consideration, theta I replaced by the theta I cap. And when you take the difference of this and multiply by twice, you will get this. And it is nothing but, you can say that if you remove the scale parameters or without scale parameters, the deviance is given by this, and this is nothing but your residual sum of squares. And we know that the deviance having a chi-square distribution, because it is a ratio, it is a likelihood ratio statistics, and twice of likelihood ratio statistics minus twice of that, it has the chi-square distribution. But here the form of the deviance is ls upon lm instead of lm upon ls. So it is a positive 2 ls upon lm follows the chi-square distribution, and for the comparison of the two models, you can take the decision. When you talk about the nested kind of a model, so this is your first model and this is your second model. So you can see that the first model is the part of the second model. The first model is a sub model of the second model, and when we find out the deviance, so of course it has the lesser parameters, the deviance value will be higher. it has the more parameters, so deviance will be lower. So this is the S1, deviance corresponding to this model is S1, deviance corresponding to this model is S2, because higher the deviance is S1, lower the deviance is S2, so we can take the difference S1 minus S2 and compare with the 2 into P minus Q. Here Q equal to 2 and here P equal to 3, because P is greater than 3. So if the difference of S1 minus S2 is greater than 2, then we say that the second model, that means the quadratic term, is important for the model development. But as I say that while comparing with the deviance, you make sure that the distribution of the data is same, the response variable is also same, and the link function is also a same while comparing the two deviants. If they are different, then we cannot compare based on the deviance. So yesterday we have obtained the form of the deviance based on the simple criteria, that is the 2ls minus lm. So if you remember, we have used this criteria. Deviance d is equal to twice of ls minus lm. So here you have to find out the log likelihood under saturated models, and you have to find out log likelihood under the model consideration. Then take the difference, you will get the and multiply with the ties, you will get the deviance of a specific distribution. So we have obtained the form of the deviance for the normal distributions, and we have obtained the form of the deviance for the Poisson distribution. Is it? What was the form of the Poisson distribution? We said that f of y mu equal to e raised to minus mu into mu raised to y upon y factorial. Okay, and if you write down the likelihood, it is the product of fyi mu I, and that is nothing but the, what is that? It is the product of e raised to minus mu I raised to yi upon yi factorial. And then when we write the L, so L is equal to log L. What is that? It is nothing but the minus summation mu I minus, what is? It is a summation I running from 1 to n yi log mu I minus log yi factorial. Okay, that is in the summation. So this is the scenario. So you can write the L for the ls. So what is the ls? Ls is nothing but wherever you can have the mu I, you just substitute by the data. So it is a minus yi minus yi into log yi, and of course this is a constant term, so it is a log yi factorial. And for lms, whereas the you can get the mu I, sorry, you have to replace it by the ML estimator. And what is the form of ML estimator? So yi, sorry, wherever there is a mu I, you replace mu I by the mu I cap. So this is a minus mu I cap minus summation yi log mu I cap minus log of yi factorial. Just take this difference. What will you get? When you take this minus, this become the plus, this become the plus, and this become the plus. So what you will get, the deviance is the twice of ls minus lm is equal to, so here it is a minus sign, okay, here it is a plus sign. So what we do? Summation Am I right, or did I mistake? Yes, I think I made a mistake because it is here the plus sign. So this is the plus, then this is the minus. Okay, now it is right. So you will get the, what will you get? It is the I running from 1 to n. Yi is the common. It is the log yi minus log mu I. That means log yi upon mu I cap minus. What will you get minus? So this is the plus and this is the minus. If you take the minus common, you will get I running from 1 to n yi minus mu I cap. And this plus and this minus, these are the cancel out. So these are the cancel out. So ultimately you can have this deviance. So form of the deviance will be this. And that you can also see here. I have given the form. Given it is a Poisson distribution, the form of the deviance is twice of y ln y upon mu minus y minus mu cap. Is that clear? So similarly, I told you to obtain the form of the deviance of a binomial distribution as well as the Poisson distribution. Gamma distribution. So what you have to do, you have to write the simply density functions, then write the likelihood functions, and then write the log likelihood. After log likelihood, obtain the LS. This is the LM, and obtain the LM, and just take the difference, multiply with twice, you will get the form of the deviance. And this form of the deviance is useful to take the decision about the models. If you have a two such kind of a deviances, what you can do? If you have a two such kind of deviances, you can compare. You can compare S1 minus S2 is exceeding twice of P minus Q. If this is the case, then you can say that the second model having improvement over the first model. That means ki whatever the term we have considered in the model 1, what was the model 1? So we consider the linear predictor for the model 1 is, what was that? It is a beta 0 plus beta 1 x. And for a model 2, it was a, let us say, beta 0 plus beta 1 x plus beta 2 x square. Okay, so based on this, you can say that the second model is important. That means whatever the term x square you have added in the model, it is important and you can use for the future purpose. Is that clear? So similar way, you have to have a deviance of the other distribution that you have to obtain. So this is I had given for the homework normal. This is the deviance summation yi minus mu square for a Poisson distribution. This is the form of the deviance, and I have given the homework for the binomial as well as the gamma. So have you applied the formula to obtain the deviance? Anyone? Anyone has tried? Yes, Nishchit? निश्चित ट्राई किया आपने? Okay. So it means that there is no response. It suggests that you do not have tried for it. Okay. Now, what should be the form of the log likelihood for a binomial distribution? So what is the, we have taken the, for a binomial distribution, what is the PMF? PMF is probability of y equal to y is equal to NCy, then mu raised to y, then 1 minus mu raised to n minus y. Okay. So this is the PMF for this. So if you take the multiplication, so write the capital L. Capital is nothing but the product of ironing from 1 to, let us say here I am using capital N instead of the small n because n is already there. So n c yi, okay, if it is of a group data, and it is a mu I raised to yi, 1 minus mu I raised to n minus or ni minus y. So of course you can write the log likelihood, that is the log of capital L. It is nothing but the, this is the constant term, so that is cancel out. I am not interested in that. So I will write it as a summation I running from 1 to capital N yi into log of mu I plus I running from 1 to capital N ni minus yi log into 1 minus mu I. Okay. Now when I am talking about the saturated models, so LS, so in LS I have instead of the mu I, so here is mu I is our proportion, but here yi is the number of successes. So if the proportion is the yi upon ni, so I can write LS equal to I running from 1 to n yi log yi upon ni, okay, plus summation I running from 1 to n ni minus yi, this is the log 1 minus yi upon ni. So this is the summation yi log yi, okay, upon ni plus this is the entire things ni minus yi, and it is a log ni minus yi upon ni. Similarly, what about the model consideration LM? So it is a summation yi log, it is a mu I cap, okay, plus ni minus yi, this is a log of course, uh, here mu I cap is equal to, you have to again write it as a mu I cap on ni because you are talking about the proportion. Otherwise, you have to start with the Bernoulli instead of the ni. So it is a ni minus mu I cap upon ni. So you just take the difference twice of ls minus lm. What will you get? Just take this difference. So this yi log ni here, ni it is cancel out, and you just take the minus. It will give this. Just take the common yi. It is a log of yi upon ni. Is it? Let us try what it is giving.
सर
हाँ,
इन एलएम मॉडल जब हमने म्यू आई कैप सब्सटीट्यूट किया है तो लास्ट टर्म में एन आई माइनस वाई आई लॉग ऑफ 1 म्यू आई कैप के डिनोमिनेटर में एन आई कैसे आया?
same here. Similarly, here I have instead of mu I have written the yi by ni. So here mu I by I am writing mu I by ni. So that is how this ni will be here. So ni minus mu I cup upon ni in the same
ओके
structure.
Okay.
Otherwise, what happen? We have to start it with from the binomial Bernoulli. That we
Okay.
have to start with the mu I raised to yi, where yi takes either 0 and 1. 1 minus mu I raised to 1 minus mu I.
Okay.
And
Thank
then
you.
what will you get? This is the again ni minus yi into log ni minus yi upon ni minus mu I. Okay, so let us see what is the, it is the twice of this. So what is this form? Oh, we are getting the same form. Twice of y ln y upon mu I cap minus n y into ln n minus y n minus v I cap. That is what we are getting the same. This is the yi and this is the mu I cap. Okay. Sorry, this is not the ni, it is the mu I cap. Okay. So similar way you can obtain the form of the
Binomial.
deviance for a binomial distribution. Now you wish to obtain the same form for the gamma distribution, then how will you obtain?
Same procedure.
Let us, I am writing here so that we can have some more pages. So what is the form of the gamma distribution? It is f of y alpha mu equal to, what was the form? Alpha raised to, so let us see that here it is given alpha by mu raised to alpha, is it? Yes, upon gamma alpha into y raised to alpha minus 1 y raised to alpha minus 1 e raised to minus alpha by mu into y. Okay, this is the form because we have just replaced the beta by alpha by mu. Otherwise, our density was the beta raised to alpha, gamma alpha, y raised to alpha minus 1, e raised to minus beta y. And we have replaced the beta because beta equal to, we have replaced alpha by mu because mu is equal to alpha by beta is the mean of the gamma variables. Okay. Now, what will you do? You just write down the likelihood. What is the likelihood? It is the product of density of course alpha is there, alpha mu I. So what happened to that? It is the product of this alpha upon, why I am writing mu I? Because in likelihood we are finding the joint density, but where the parameters observation is the fix, and it is the function of the parameters. Y raised to alpha minus 1 e raised to minus alpha upon mu I into yi. Okay, and here it is a gamma alpha. So I'm not interested in constant part, but okay, we will write it again. What is that? It is a, if I'll take the L is equal to log L. So what it gives? It is giving me alpha into log alpha, but of course the summation is there. summation is there minus summation alpha log mu I. You can write no about this, and about this it is a minus summation log gamma alpha, but it is a constant, so it is by default cancel out. Then this part is plus summation, sorry, plus alpha minus 1 into summation log I, and here it is a minus, what is minus? Summation, na? It is a alpha summation I running from 1 to n yi upon mu I. Why? Because it is the product. When you take the log of exponent is the quantity, but the summation is outside. Now, you can write the ls. What is the ls? So, I'm not writing this part because this will be cancelled out. Okay, let me write. This is alpha log alpha minus alpha log mu I. Mu I is replaced by the yi, because mu I is the expected response and yi is also response. It is lies between 0 to n, and yi is also lies between 0 to n. So parameter is replaced by the data. This is as good as log gamma alpha. What about this? Plus alpha minus 1 summation log yi minus alpha yi upon yi will be cancel out. So what will you get? It is a n time alpha, is it? Okay, let us and write the lm. What is lm? So you just replace by the parameter. So it is as good as alpha. Here my I is replaced by the MLE. So it is the alpha log mu I cap. This is minus log gamma alpha as it is. This is plus alpha minus 1 summation log yi. Okay, it is yi, no? Yes. And then you just substitute the alpha into summation yi upon mu I cap, because here the mu I is replaced by the mu I cap. Just take the difference. What will you get? ls minus lm. This will cancel out. Okay, this is also common. No, sorry, this will not cancel out. Okay, what can you cancel? What can you cancel?
minus summation log gamma of alpha.
Okay, so this will cancel out. Very good. Sorry, I reserve. This will cancel out. This will cancel out. Okay, and this is also cancel out.
Yeah.
So what will you get? It is, what will you get? This part.
1 minus
Something is
alpha.
mistake. I think so. Let us say this is minus. This is the plus. This is the minus. This is the plus. This is the minus. Let us write the term
Minus alpha gamma.
log yi upon mu I cap. Okay, because this is the minus sign, this is the plus, minus common, so log yi minus log mu I cap is nothing but, you can write it as a minus alpha log yi mu I cap. I think here there is some mistake. Let us verify again. So alpha is common out, and this is again, if you take the minus sign common, so it is a n plus summation yi upon mu I cap. And if we write it as this form, let us say, instead of n, I will write in the sum. So what it will get? It is the minus alpha summation log yi upon mu I cap, and this is the plus. Instead of n, I am writing the summation 1. Can I write summation 1 plus yi upon mu I cap? I think I have made some signature mistake. I think so.
सर सेकंड एल एस माइनस एल एम में जो सेकंड टर्म है ना, उसमें एन माइनस समेशन आएगा.
Okay, this is minus और ये
माइनस इंटू माइनस प्लस हो जाएगा वहां पे.
ओके माइनस कॉमन निकाला तो ये माइनस रहेगा. यस यू आर राइट. So this is minus. That is how I'm thinking. Why there is a mistake? Yes, this should be minus. Now okay? Is that okay?
यस सर.
Okay. Then it is a minus alpha. You just take the summation out. In bracket, it is a log yi upon mu I cap, and it is a plus or minus. Here it is a minus, no? We have because no. Let us keep as it is right now. We will verify that mu I cap will be here. So mu I cap minus yi upon mu I cap. So can I write it instead of that? This is the minus yi minus mu I cap upon mu I cap. Can I write? We can write, no? Because it is a mu I cap minus yi upon mu I cap. So I just take the minus sign, so I can write yi minus mu I cap upon mu I cap. So this is the form of the deviance we obtain, and if we multiply it by the 2 ls minus lm, so it is a minus of twice alpha. Okay. So let us verify what is the form of the deviance. Okay, so they have taken the minus side inside. So that is how they have written the plus. If we keep this minus side inside, what happens? If we keep this minus side inside, this quantity become the minus and this quantity become the plus. So we got this, and because we are finding the deviance, so we know that what is the alpha? Alpha is a scale parameter. So we write the deviance free from the scale parameter. It is a twice of minus log yi upon mu I cap plus yi minus mu I cap upon mu I cap. Okay? Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
आवाज क्यों दे रहा है? अभी तो हम पेन से लिख रहे हैं. आप समझ
Yes,
लीजिए.
Yes, sir.
हाँ ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
बोर्ड जैसे राइटिंग नहीं आते हैं. दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग. सीख रहे हैं. वो बच्चे को पेन जैसे हाथ में दी है, कैसे सीखते हैं, वैसे हम सीख रहे हैं लिखने का. बट एनी हाउ, आफ्टर 2 to 3 lectures, you may see the good handwriting. Okay. So this is very simple to obtain the form of the deviance. Just write the density function, then write the log likelihood, take the write the log likelihood under saturated, like the log likelihood under the model consideration, take the difference, calculate the ls minus lm, multiply with the twice, and just remove the scale parameter, so you will get the form of the deviance. Okay, so this is the one method which we have seen to obtain the form of deviance. Now we can directly go to obtain the form of deviance based on the another approach. What was that approach? Yes, based on the likelihood family, based on the exponential family of distribution. Alternatively, one can also obtain the form of deviance for exponential family of distribution as given below. One of the most useful category of residuals for the generalized linear model is the deviance residuals. So in later part we will see that there are three types of residuals are there, and out of these three residuals one is a deviance residuals. Okay, and to calculate the deviance residuals we require the form of deviance, because deviance is nothing but the plus or minus square root of the deviance. Okay, so that giving the residuals of a deviance. So that is how we should know the form of the deviance. This is also the most general form. A common way to look at the model specification is the analysis of likelihood ratio statistics, comparing proposed model specification relative to the saturated model. तो आगे हमने देखा that is based on the likelihood ratio approach, LS minus LM, endpoints and specified parameters using the exact same data and the same link function. The difference in fit is generally called the sum deviance. So this is the likelihood, and if you take the difference of fit, that means yi minus yi cap, and when you take the square and then find the sum, so it is the fit. Or here we are calculating the deviance, and we are taking the sum of the contribution of each observation in the deviance. So how many such observations? So there are, let us say, n observations. So you can also call them as a sum deviance. Since deviance is composed of contribution from each data point and the difference between the summarizing with a relatively small subset of parameters and one parameter for every data point, then these individual deviants are directly analogous to the residual. So in fact, each observation is contributing in the deviance, and when you take the difference of the this summarized deviance, so it is nothing but replace as a, or it is analogous to the residuals. So starting with likelihood for exponential family of distribution with notation cap indicate that it is evaluated as a maximum likelihood. So when I am using the cap, it means it is nothing but the maximum likelihood. So what is the form of the density of exponential family? So we know that it is a exponent of y theta minus b theta upon what is that?
A5 sir. A5 sir.
P of phi
Fine.
plus
Plus C of
P of
C
y
T
phi.
Y.
Okay.
Okay. Sir.
So this, you just take the log, what will you get? You will get this, and because you are writing the likelihood, so it is a product, so that is how it is a summation of the log, and this actually a entire. Okay, but when I am replacing theta by theta cap, so this is nothing but the log likelihood under model consideration. Also consider the same likelihood function with the same data point, and wherever the parameters are there, we have just substitute the parameters by the observation. So instead of the just replacing yi, I am replacing theta by the theta curl, and theta curl is nothing but it is a function of observation. So that is the same thing I can, here the bracket is needed. So now I am interested to what should be the highest value. So this is the highest possible value for the log likelihood function achievable with the given data y. So if you have just replaced this by the yi, so it is giving the highest value. And then deviance function is defined as a minus of twice of this ratio. So what is that? Twice of, what is that? It is a twice of likelihood ratio statistics is saying that it is Lm minus Ls. So what is Lm in our set? It is said to be a Lm, and this is said to be in our case Ls. So what should be that? It is a twice of. And if you are writing the twice, if you are writing here Ls, twice of Ls minus Lm, then there is no need of a minus sign. if I am writing here minus twice of Lm minus Ls, then there is a need of minus sign. So this minus sign does not require because I am writing twice of Ls minus Lm. And what is the form of Ls? So yi theta cul minus b theta and upon a phi plus c yi phi minus yi cap yi theta cap minus b theta cap a phi cy phi. Okay, so just take the difference. What is the difference? Wherever the theta terms are there, just connect together this term. So this is the yi theta cul minus theta cap. Can I write? Okay, here minus sign just I came out, take outside, so it is a beta b theta cul minus b theta cap and a phi I have written as a phi inverse. Okay, because this entire phi is associated with that and this will be cancel out with each other. Okay, so this is nothing but the form of the deviance for a exponential family of distribution. So this is the simple way. If I know the form of the theta and b theta, can I obtain the form of the deviance? Yes, just replace into this quantity. Okay. This is a okay. So this is a, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is a measure of the sum difference between the data, weighted maximum likelihood estimate and the b theta parameters. So you can see that this is the weight is assigned. Okay. So if I know this form, I can easily calculate the form of the deviance. So what about the normal distribution? What is the y? Sorry, what is the theta in the normal distribution? Any idea? What is the form of theta in the normal distribution? Theta is a mu and b theta is equal to mu square by 2. Am I right? So just substitute for the normal distribution. What will you get? This is not the minus sign. This is the twice of summation yi. This is the mu cul minus, it is a mu I cap and minus b theta. It is nothing but the minus mu square cul by 2 and minus this is a, what is this? It is a mu cap square by 2. And of course, this divided by the a phi. A phi is considered as our case, it is a sigma square. So here mu I cul is nothing but the data. So it is a yi minus mu I cap minus, what will you get? This is the minus twice yi minus mu I cap. So this is the mu I cul is nothing but the yi. So it is a yi square. This is the yi mu I cap. And here it is a y square by 2 and here it is a plus mu cap square by 2. Okay. So what will you write from this? What is this? It is a, and of course divided by the sigma square. So can I write here? This is not the minus sign here. It is a twice of summation. This is the yi square. This is the minus yi square. So can I write it is a yi square by 2. So let me take the 1 by 2 is common. Okay. And here it is a when I'm taking the 1 by 2 common, so here it is a, I can write it as a 2 yi mu I cap, and here it is a 1 by 2 common is, that means it is a mu I square cap and divided by the sigma square. So it is nothing but you can say that it is a twice of this, the 2 is cancel out. Okay, so there is no need of 2. It is a yi minus mu I cap whole square upon sigma square. And if you just remove the scale parameter, so it is giving the, what it is giving? It is giving the residual sum of square, where what is the expected value of yi? It is a mu I, and you have substituted its fitted value, that is called the mu I cap. So this is another way. If you have the idea about the form of the theta and theta cap, okay, so you should know the form of the theta and theta cap, sorry, theta and the b theta, then just substitute into this particular 2.1 and theta curl is replaced by the data, that means yi, then you can easily get the form of the deviance. And this is what the deviance form we obtain for the normal distribution. Okay, हमने यही फॉर्म मिला हमें सबको?
यस सर।
समझ में आ रहा है ना?
यस।
हाँ सर।
तो अभी कल से बेहतर है, थोड़ा लिखने का आया तो थोड़ा ज्यादा समझ में आता है.
Yes, sir.
Simultaneously you have to note down into your book. ठीक है, आपको ऐसा नहीं है कि statistics is just like you read and you understand. You have to do some mathematics for that. So now I will give you to the homework for the binomial as well as the gamma distribution. You can here just substitute the value of the theta and theta curl into this b theta. You will get this particular form for a deviance of the binomial and gamma. What is the theta into the binomial distribution? Anyone has idea?
log mu. Log mu by 1 minus mu.
Log mu by 1 minus mu. So what is the form? It is the theta is equal to log mu upon 1 minus mu for binomial. And what is the b theta? Anyone has
log
idea?
1 plus e raised to theta.
Log
1 plus e raised to theta or minus 1 minus nu. Minus log 1 minus nu.
So this is the form. Okay. So we know this form, just substitute because we are looking for the result in terms of a theta. Okay. So just substitute into that. So you will get for the binomial. And what is the, for a gamma distribution? Theta equal to, you take minus 1 by mu. And if it is necessary, you can take the positive sign. And what is the b theta? What is
Inverse.
the b theta? It is
Log
mis-
minus theta.
log
Minus theta.
log minus theta. Is it? Or it is a log mu? What is the form? So let us go back to the various form of the link function. So here it is given. Just go back to the original part. Mean and variance is there. So this is what it is for the, yes, yeah. Theta equal to minus 1 by mu, and this is the b theta is equal to log mu.
Log minus theta.
Huh?
Yes.
It is a log mu or minus log minus theta. But here we will take the log mu because I am interested in the form of mu. It is a log mu. Okay. So just try to obtain the form of the deviance based on this. You will get the answer above. So that is what we have obtained the form of the deviance based on the two different approach. One is on the likelihood ratio approach, and the second one is just difference between the log likelihood of the exponential family of distribution. And what is the purpose of the deviance? So we know that the deviance is useful for the whether our model is really fit well to the data or not. So it is a goodness of fit criterion. Lower the deviance, better the model.
Yes.
And to compare the two models, you have to find out the deviance of both, take the successive difference, and then if the successive difference of the deviance exceeds the twice of the number of parameters of the model 2 minus number of parameters of the model 1, or you can say that the twice of the degree of freedom of the model 1 minus degree of freedom of the model 2, then we take the decision that the whatever the variable we have added in the second models, they are significant. That means they are important as a point of fit. But make sure that when we apply the concept of the deviance, when the models are of a nested in nature. Is that clear? Any question to anyone? Anyone? Any questions?
No, sir.
So that means there are two options only. Either you understand everything or no one understand anything. So try at home, whatever the mathematics we have developed here, discuss here, and simultaneously whatever assignments I have given to you, you have to perform at your home. Okay, and if you have any queries on a next lecture, you have to ask so that we will have your doubts are clear before starting our next session. So in the next session, we will discuss about the residual analysis. In the linear models, we have also studied the concept of residual analysis. Various residuals we have seen over there. That is the ordinal residuals, standardized residuals, then studentized residuals, press residuals,
Press residual.
and R student residuals. So we have seen this many residuals, and what was the purpose of to calculate this or to find out these residuals? Again, to see that is there any violation of the assumption in the data, or you would like to see whether the heterozygosity is present in your data or not. Is there any outlier in the data or not, or is there any influential points are present in the data or not? And we have made also the various residual plots like normal probability plot, residual versus predicted plot, and others. Okay, we have also make the plot of Cook's versus leverage. So these all the residuals we had used in the second semester, but for a generalized linear model, these all residuals does not help you. So that is how one has to study three different sort of residuals in the generalized linear models, namely Pearson residuals, Anscombe residuals, and deviance residuals. So that we will see in the next lecture. Today I will also send the link to all of you. We will have a practical at 3 o'clock, and I will take the introductory practical of a multiple linear regression that we have seen in the second semester, so that it is a refreshment to you. And then next time we will jump into the practical on a binary logistic regression. Okay. Any questions, anyone?
No, sir.
No? So I will stop the recording over here.
Yes.